It's been just over a week since 5 children lost their lives in a school bus crash in Brainerd, and then another passed away as a result of his injuries.
Tonight, a special candlelight service was held to honor the first responders who fought to save lives last Monday. Brittany Martin has that story. Brittany.
Josh, Kim, Jonathan Parker started Cop Church 2 years ago as a place for law enforcement families to worship together. He says as many first responders are trying to move on from what they saw last week, it's up to the community to get behind them.
We pray for the family, for the teachers.
A service for the men and women who were there first at the scene of this deadly bus crash last week.
I guess one question that comes to all of us at a time like this is just why?
Cop Church Chattanooga typically holds services for law enforcement families. Tuesday night, they opened it up to any first responder. Lead pastor Jonathan Parker is a cop himself.
Oh, it's incredible to be able to identify, to just share a look with somebody and they get it.
He says it's not necessarily the day of a tragedy like last Monday's crash that killed 6 children that can be hard. Sometimes it's the days and weeks that follow.
When we're on the scene, we're dealing with crisis, and then a lot of times once that call is over, we're to the next call, which may not be anything nearly as significant, and so we have to basically turn it off. And sometimes once you turn it off for so long, it's hard to ever turn it back on.
Parker has been there himself. It was a personal situation 8 years ago. Just after giving birth to their daughter, his wife Meredith suffered a heart attack. He says she was clinically dead for 15 minutes.
As a result of that and having to perform CPR on my wife and that sort of critical incident, I certainly suffered some post-traumatic type symptoms of stress that I had to get help for.
Today, Meredith is alive and well. Together, they've gotten through it. Now he wants to do that for others.
The Woodmore tragedy can't put out the light of this community.
Parker is a student resource officer at Brainerd High School near Woodmore. He says last week was difficult, but the students and teachers are taking it day by day. Josh.
Brittany, thank you. Tonight, Congressman Chuck Fleischman honored the first responders in Hamilton County on Capitol Hill.
I must thank the first responders, the Chattanooga Police Department, the local officials, and especially the staff, the doctors at Children's Hospital at Erlanger for their immediate and compassionate response to this tragedy.
We also learned that community members have raised more than $200,000 for the children and the families affected by the accident. That number expected to grow because money raised today is not included in that total.